morning. We're just leaving the Hampton Inn now, headed back to the trail. So if you remember the priest shelter, in that logbook, everyone writes a confession. And my confession is that I didn't write anything, but I just thought of a good one. There's hotel coffee in my Dunkin' Donuts cup. I feel like I need to confess that. I feel like I'm doing something really wrong. But it's okay with me. It's an iced coffee, but I had to get I had to get that off my chest. And just like that, Mom's on her way back to New Hampshire. Let's see. Where's Mom? Bye!
Bye, see you soon!
See you soon!
Bye!
That was a nice long visit from Mom. But it was 4 nights at a hotel, but I'm back, living in the woods, feeling totally refreshed. It was funny, like this morning, packing up my backpack, it almost took a little bit of getting used to. I was like, oh no, like, where are my hiking pants? Or, oh no, I forgot to put this in, and everything was out of order, but I don't think I forgot anything. I have 2 days of food, 2.5 days of food. I know I'm not exactly sure where the next place I'll go into town or resupply is. There's really only 30 miles left of this far out app before I get to Delaware Water Gap, and I have to switch it over. Then I can kind of see what's ahead. But I do know there's a gas station at Delaware Water Gap, and I'll be there tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be where I'm gonna be able to get my next round of snacks. But yeah, I don't exactly know how many miles I'm doing today. We'll just see what I can handle. Started hiking at probably 9 o'clock, but I hope it can be a big day. And I don't mind hiking a little bit later tonight. I can hike until 8 o'clock and just see what I can get done. So, back in the woods. I just found a Gushers wrapper on the ground. I gotta pick it up. With the amount of Gushers that I eat, or with the amount of Gushers people think I eat on trail, I'm sure everyone behind me would just assume that that's mine. But it's not, but I will throw it away. This is my last 20 miles of Pennsylvania. I'm probably going to end up at this shelter right here, 13.81 miles, and then tomorrow morning I'll be in Delaware Water Gap, where I know I already went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning and got a breakfast sandwich, but there's also a Dunkin' Donuts in Delaware Water Gap, and I am already looking forward to going there. I'm taking my first break of the day at 3 o'clock and 13.5 miles in. Got some trail mix out of my backpack. So I remember last week I was talking right after I finished reading the book Atomic Habits, and I was saying how when I'm on trail I'm kind of stripped away from all my habits, routines, and everything that I normally do at home, and I was saying that I can't really get into habits, but then I was thinking about that more, and I was kind of challenging myself to have good habits on trail. So today I kind of was doing something with my phone. So I did the first 2 miles of the day without headphones, not listening to anything. And then I did 2 chapters of an audiobook. I had just started Lord of the Rings. And then I did 2 miles not listening to anything. And then I listened to a podcast. And now I'm on 2 miles of not using my phone again. And it feels kind of good. And I like having these 2 mile periods of the day where I don't listen to anything, where I can just think and have my mind go wild. Because right now, Trail Days is about to begin in real time. And I kind of want to go to Trail Days next year and set up a booth if that's possible. I sent in an application to be on the wait list, but we'll see what happens with that. I might try to follow up after trail days and kind of explain more, because I only had 300 characters to be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber, but I also own a gift shop and I sell a lot of hiking things. And so I got to figure that out. But yeah, I'm just thinking about stuff like picturing myself at trail days, picturing, life post trail, and just random thoughts. So sometimes I get wrapped up into listening to things. Like, I'm not going to listen to the whole 19-hour Fellowship of the Rings all at once. So I'm really limiting myself to these 2 chapters a morning. And yeah, so that's just where my mind is at today. And I do want to get into some better habits in the morning when I wake up at camp, because I have been getting out of camp so late and I want to start having earlier starts. So I want to get in the habit of like waking up and deflating my sleeping pad, because then I think that will kind of get the ball rolling, so I just don't lay there for an hour doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, I mean, 1,200 miles into the hike and I'm starting to think of these good habits, but I think they're going to help me in the long run. This is Wind Gap. It was honestly a little terrifying to cross that road. Sign says 35 miles an hour, but people were whipping around the corner going much faster than that. Now I'm going way up. I might have 910 miles left of this through hike, but at least I only have 9 miles left today. Yeah, I don't know how quick these next 8 miles are gonna go, with every foot having to be placed in a specific spot. There's no getting into a rhythm here. It is just after 7 p.m. I've done 21.5 miles. Today kind of has been dragging on. I was a little worried for today because for the past 3 days, I believe, I've been hiking with my running vest, and today I've got my full pack on with a full resupply, so I was worried I was gonna maybe feel the weight of it. Plus, I have my new tent, which probably weighs like 3 times more than my previous tent. So I was worried that my backpack was really gonna drag me down today, but that hasn't really been the case. But yeah, today still is going by kind of slow. Should get to camp after 8 o'clock. I am looking forward to sleeping in my new tent. I think it's gonna be a little roomier, maybe a little easier to set up, so looking forward to that. Looking forward to a big dinner. Looking forward to getting water, because I actually didn't even filter water today. I started with a bunch of water and then I refilled when there were some water jugs at a trailhead that someone left. But yeah, I probably haven't drank as much as I should have, but I heard the water source at this next shelter is really good. I really didn't see many hikers today, maybe a handful of section hikers / maybe flip-floppers. I saw one guy, met him real quick. He looked like a northbound hiker. He looked like he's come here from Georgia, but I didn't ask. Sometimes you can just easily tell, and he's probably going to be at the same shelter tonight. Then I actually just passed a group of 3, and the guy was someone that I hiked with for a few days back in North Carolina. He had some issues with his house, so we had to get off trail, so then he got back on trail and skipped ahead a little bit, and then he'll go back and fill in the sections. So yeah, still not that many hikers, not that many friends around, but I see people here and there.